Good morning, everybody. It is, what time is it right now? It's 3 a.m. So it's super freaking early. Jake and I made a mistake and went to bed last night at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And we like are used to running on no sleep. So we woke up this morning at like 2:30 from some coyotes and couldn't fall asleep. So we're like, hey, forget it. Let's get up and make some breakfast. So nonetheless, I gotta get a rag or a towel or something. What do we do with that little baggie of rags? Right now, we're in a good spot. We got this big cedar behind us breaking our silhouette up right at the top of this ridge. And we're just literally glassing all of this. Now directly in front of us, we've got a big pine forest that stretches for like 3 miles. It's probably like 3 or 4 miles long and then probably 1.5 or 2 miles wide. So it's a big block of timber. And we saw a bunch of mule deer doe run out of it down at the road last night when we were driving around, and we're like, you know, let's go deep in there, work with the wind and see if we can watch, you know, them coming in or coming out and kind of come up with a game plan and maybe get on one this morning. So that's the move. Temperatures right now I think are in like the low 50s, high 40s, and then it's gonna get up to like a high of 70 today. So still pretty cool for an October day out here in Nebraska. We've been doing the right things. Everything is feeling pretty good, and we're just waiting for the sunlight to come up a little more and the deer to start moving. So guys, stay tuned. Hopefully we can put a stalk on one today and maybe let an arrow fly. I'll tell you what, man, doing it, like Jake and I have talked about this a couple different times. Being a whitetail hunter, we have been spoiled. Like, it's just not the same as this. I mean, this is all right. I'll talk to you guys briefly real quick. Hold on. All right, so what Jake and I are about to do, we're gonna get pretty aggressive. I mean, I'll just give you guys a little overview. We've been glassing here. We've been glassing over here. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful point that we picked last night. Like I said, we walked about 2 miles in this morning, 3 miles in, and then we've been glassing this way. We have not seen a single deer, not one deer. And yesterday at Niobrara, we went and walked maybe a mile and a half in, and we saw 10 different deer from the ridge that we were on. And it was way harder of a glassing point. Like, picking apart the cover there was so much more difficult than this. So if you can't find them, if you're not seeing them, you got to go find them. That's what spot and stalk hunting is all about. So we're going to get aggressive. We've been seeing the deer and heard from a lot of the locals and some of the other hunters we've talked to that they're hugging close to cover. This is a big pine forest, like some stuff that you could get lost in. So Jake's got an arrow knocked. We're gonna walk in and just kind of slip into the center of the pine forest, and Jake's just gonna walk, and we're gonna see if we can maybe bump one and get aggressive and Jake get a shot at one. Now we know there's deer here. We saw deer come out of that last night late in the evening, so we're gonna make a move and see what the heck happens. I say we go find some open country, son. Let's do it. Let's go get rugged. Hike. Good? Yep. What? She leaving? Yeah. Watch me if you've seen any mule deer out here. How's it going? Good, how are you?
Oh, doing well, doing well.
You guys bird hunters?
Yeah,
you guys see any mule deer back there by chance?
we didn't see any mule. We didn't see any birds either.
Well, good luck to y'all.
Yeah, good luck to y'all.
Have a good one.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Well, Jake and I are at our second spot of the day. Kind of a random spot. Like we're pretty far off from a lot of the markers that I have on Onyx, but we're gonna just kind of cruise these hills. We're gonna cross this little marsh, and then we're just gonna hit this ridge line and cut down and find some areas to glass and see if we can find some mule deer, because about to get some sand under the boots and see what we can do. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so as promised, we're going to give you guys a camp tour really quick before we head back out for the evening. So follow me. So what we got going on right now at the truck is nothing special. Jake and I are just resetting our packs for the afternoon. We're putting some more food in there, refilling the water. This is just gear that we are not using. It's also our buddy's gear who went home. So there's nothing really special inside of the truck, but we do use the back of the truck for like a tray, a table, and doing things like that. Over here, we've been using this dead tree to hang up clothes. So after we've gone out hunting all day, you get sweaty, you get wet, but you don't want to pack too much when you come out here. So after we've been hunting all day, we hang our clothes up on this tree a little bit, letting the boots dry right now. We have a cooler full of dry food, peanut butter, bread, chips, you name it. There's nothing really special about it, but this is what we use to bring all of our dry food down here, just to kind of condense, and then if we needed another cooler, we would have it. So other stuff that's not going in the cooler, extra water. We got my cooler that's full of Monster, Gatorade, Body Armor, water, you name it. And then we got the tent set up over here. It's not very big, but it's super easy, super lightweight to pop up and get going. And then obviously these are some of the amenities that come with the campsite. You got your table, got your grill. We have not been using that. We've been using a JetBoil to cook. So we're getting hot meals and breakfast and dinner, but it's out of those dry bag meals, and then we're using a JetBoil to cook those. Over there, we've got the block target set up, so we had a little range, because obviously you want to keep hot while you're down here. You want to shoot as much as you can while you're down here. And I just got done shooting, actually. That's why my bow's all laid out here, because we've been walking all day. We went to 2 glassing points this morning, and we've probably done close to 6 miles today as of right now, and we're getting ready to head out to another point to just relax and sit there for the rest of the evening and see what we can see. So always want to shoot, especially when you're tired, to make sure everything still feels good, still feels on, and so far so good. But that's pretty much it. Got the speaker. I do a little editing here at the table. I've done editing in the tent, but yeah, this is home for the next couple nights. Then we head into town here in the next, I think we head in there tomorrow, right? Saturday? Yeah, so we head into town tomorrow, we stay in a hotel, and then we come back out for another 3 nights to camp. That's home for this national park at this public land. If we set up another camp elsewhere, we'll show you guys that one. I'm sure nothing will change, but this is what we got going on. Guys, thank you so much. Let's get back to the hunting. think it's gonna be a hot walk, bro. Winds are all good. Yeah, dude, I didn't even think to check the wind, dude. All right, guys, we are packing out for our evening sit this afternoon on October 1st. Jake and I came to a spot. This is the main road that runs through this public property that we're hunting. And yesterday when we got up here, we drove by, and like 200 yards that way, a group of 4 doe were getting ready to cross the road, and then down here 3 does crossed the road, and they were all heading out this way. So Jake and I are going to get that way and see if we can set a trap. This morning we went out that way and tried to see if we could see them in this pine forest, and we didn't have any luck. We didn't see a single deer, and then we went in the pine forest and couldn't even bump a deer. So we're heading out to the peaks out here, because there's like I guess a giant mountain out here just over this high rise. So we're gonna head out here and see what happens this afternoon. Probably just pick one spot and not leave at all. So hey, the sun's gonna set like this way. That point right up there might be the ticket unless we push further in. Problem is like we get to that point, we can't see where those does came from. You wanna get to that? I don't know, let's go. I don't know. This looks good though, all of this does. Right here. I say we just kind of use this as base camp, you know. So Jake and I, we came up here to this mountaintop. The road's all the way down there. We're hunting pretty close to the road, but we've been seeing a fair amount of deer from the road. So, and that's the only mule deer we've seen since we got to this national forest. So we found this little spot up here. This is at 3,100 feet, and we're pretty much at one of the highest points in the park, as you can see. We're gonna call this the Alamo. We're gonna drop our gear in the middle of it, get our bows ready, and then just kind of set everything there, and then pop up kind of all around. The wind's blowing right this way to the road, but where the deer were crossing seemed to be down through this funnel and up over that ridge right there. So if they come up, our wind should be fine from where they're coming, because that is the pine forest that we've been seeing them come out of and cross over to here. We saw all kinds of tracks. We saw more tracks walking to this spot this afternoon than we have the entire trip of walking around this forest. So I think we're in the right area. We're gonna sit tight, drop all the gear off here, and then this will be base camp for this evening until we go back to camp. Cool? Alright guys, I just recorded a little bit on the big camera, but Jake and I have located a group of 5 mule deer bucks. They're in a really good spot too. I just got to drop back, cut along the ridge, and cut up